Hey everyone, Mac from Minard's Leisure World, and back by popular demand is our Ice Castle fishing shacks. This particular model is the Trophy Hunter. Now this model here is coming in just over 20 feet for the cabin, but it's got a lot of great features. So let's actually start at the very front, here at the pin. It's got a great mechanism that allows it to drop right down on the ice, so you don't have any sort of draft coming up through your holes. But what's really cool is this front mechanism that allows you to leave it connected to your tow vehicle even when it's dropped down. It's so easy that even one person can do it. Moving up a little further, you'll see that we have upgraded propane tanks. These are 30-pound capacity, so when you're running that furnace a lot, keeping all the guys warm, you're not going to run out of propane. Let's move a little further down back here. I do want to touch on these windows that are implemented into the cabin. These are a thermal pane window. They're dual pane, they're argon gas filled, and they're going to keep a lot of heat in and a lot of cold out. But on the reverse side, when you do use this camper in the summer for camping, it's going to keep the heat out and the cold in. We also have a really nice heavy duty door. You can see residential locks. You can lock it up tight, keep all your gear safe. And here's another shot of those drop axles, so you can see that mechanism too. Now we'll quickly take a look at the back end because I do want to show you a neat feature there too. Here we are at the back of the Trophy Hunter, and this is that neat feature I wanted to show you. It's a really great implemented bay window. So this is actually the U-dinette inside, but it juts out a bit from the back end. Just gives you a little more room interior, and a really nice feature. It makes it really sharp from the outside. So starting at the front of the ice shack, we've got a bit of a bathroom. Now this is what we call a dry bath. This is good for getting some privacy, using a chemical toilet if you're in the cold. It gives you a spot to actually change and that sort of thing too. Now directly opposite of the bathroom, or the dry bath, are two permanent bunk beds, which is pretty unique. We haven't had these permanent bunks in one of our ice castles yet. I'm really excited to see that. You can see that this top bunk does lift up to give you a little more headspace on the bottom, which you can then use to fish from these two front holes. So really convenient there. And right beside each bunk is an actual cabinet. Here you go, two cabinets for each bunk for your own personal storage. Now something else I'd like to touch on is the really nice cedar interior that we've got on this trailer. It just smells like a cabin, it looks like a cabin, it's a very homey feel. Let's chat a bit about the kitchen now. We've got a 110 volt sort of bar fridge that you'll see, kind of like an apartment size fridge. Keep the beer cold in the summer, keep the fish cold in the winter. We've got a cooktop so you can do the fish fry as you catch them. Doesn't get any better than that. As well as a stove, or an oven rather. Always runs on the propane system. Up above that we have a 110 volt microwave. Again, good for when you have that full service when you're camping in the summer or fall. And back here, we've got our media center. So this is going to run your radio and that sort of thing. Right next to that is a 12-volt monitor. For when you're off the grid, you can keep an eye on where your battery levels are at. So now moving a little bit further back in the coach, you can see we've got a nice long countertop here that's really handy for prepping the fish as they come out of the hole. Right next to that is a nice big window, so you get all that natural light so you can see what you're doing with the knife. At the back end, I mentioned that bay window. This is the U-dinette. Now this dinette does pop down into a bed, and interestingly enough, they give you shortened legs so that when it's actually down, you can support the middle. That way you can pile a couple of guys on there and not have to worry about your tabletop breaking. Up above that is another bunk, which can just lift right up. Get a little more headspace for you. And you probably saw me lift that up there. It's nice for rod storage and the like. Now we've got a total of 6 holes in this ice shack. So nobody's going to be fighting over the hot one here. These are a really great system. They actually just pop right out. You grab the T-handle here, give them a yank, and you've got your own fishing light there too. You can turn it on, turn it off, see exactly what's coming out of the hole. They secure real tight, and they keep the cold air out when you're actually sleeping in here at night. While we're mentioning the cold air, this one does have an Arctic insulation package, so we've actually spray foamed the bottom of the cabin It's just going to give you that extra little bit to keep you toasty in here during the -40 weather. Now, I also mentioned that you can use this in the summer, and part of what's going to give you that capability is the roof-mounted AC. This is the same size that they put in up to 35-foot trailers, so it's going to keep you nice and cool. Once again, guys, thank you so much for following me along on this walkthrough of the Trophy Hunter. My name is Mac. I do want to touch once more on a couple of key points for this coach. You can use it in the summer for camping, you can use it in the fall for hunting, and of course you can use it as an ice shack in the winter. We've got a dry bath so you don't have to worry about plumbing, a full kitchen so you can do all your cooking, and plenty of sleeping spots. Really, you can sleep a ton of guys in here. So if you want to get a few buddies together, come out and check one of these out, just give us a call and we'd love to show it to you.